Hey gang, Stephen Marshall, kylandlordlaw.com. I want to give you a new update. It's July the 1st, and today is kind of the day that we had targeted back in late April and even early May as the day when we had hoped things would open up fully for eviction filings, especially based on non-payment of rent. But unfortunately, that is not yet the case. And as you know, if you've been following this space for a while now, my prediction has been that the governor is going to wait until late July or early August to open up the state for eviction filings. My thinking is that he would follow the time frames of the CARES Act in doing that, and that shortly after the governor issues an order opening up the state, that the courts would issue an order following suit shortly thereafter. And unfortunately, I am becoming less confident by the day that that prediction is going to be accurate. I'm still holding out some hope, but the word that I'm getting from the governor's office is that things are not going to open up anytime soon. And if you'll remember, a few weeks ago, I mentioned that there was a group within the state that was thinking about filing a lawsuit against the governor to get evictions opened up if he did not act soon. The hope was that he would issue something in late June that basically gave everyone, landlords, tenants, the courts, 30 days notice that the state was going to open back up for evictions. That has not happened yet, and as a result, I think that lawsuit is going to get filed. I'm told that is going to be filed. We'll see whether that in fact happens or not, but I'm told that it is coming. So one of the things I wanted to put out there is if you would like to contribute to this lawsuit financially, shoot me an email and I will put you in contact with the people that are moving it forward. And again, just to be clear, I'm not one of the people that are involved in the lawsuit. I'm not soliciting money for me, and I'm not connected to this lawsuit. I'm just aware that it's going on, and I can put you in contact with the ones that are moving it forward if you would like to support that. My other suggestion right now is if you're not able to contribute to the lawsuit is we need to be contacting the governor's office. We need to be contacting our state legislator, our senator, and our representative for your district. We need to be contacting them and asking them to open Kentucky back up to all evictions. And the points that we need to drive home as we contact them is that we don't expect to see a flood of evictions due to COVID-19. Rent numbers have been very, very good. Nationally, almost 92% of tenants paid rent for the month of April, over 93% paid for May, and over 94% paid for June. And so those numbers are just a shade below what was paid for those months back in 2019. So we're not going to see an avalanche of evictions because there was a virus and people got laid off. What we can expect to see, especially with each passing day that evictions are suspended, is we're going to see an avalanche of evictions due to the sheer length of time involved. And so it'd be much wiser for the governor to open up the state now, allow those evictions to be spread out a bit over several months so that the impact of that is not a lot of people without a home, but rather those people, because they are smaller in number, they can find alternative housing. Whereas if we wait more and more months to open things up, there's going to be more and more people impacted by an eviction all at once. Okay, we've got enough housing to fit the needs of people who are evicted. They can find alternative housing. But the longer we wait, the more people end up getting evicted in a short period of time. Therefore, we have less housing inventory for them when they get evicted. So we need to open things up just to clear out some of the backlog because the courts have been closed since mid-March. And we're now at the 1st of July. The other point that needs to be emphasized to the governor and to your legislators is that even though that rent numbers are good and the percentage of tenants eligible for eviction is small, their balances at this point are very high. Okay, many of those tenants who would be evicted have not paid since February. Some not since March. And so a landlord can deal with a month or two of rent not being paid, but we're now at over 4 months since the governor suspended evictions. That is a hit that is devastating to landlords, especially those with a smaller portfolio. So my suggestion is that you communicate to the governor and your state legislators that evictions need to be opened up now. Okay, most of the state is already open for business. People are working again. Okay, tons of government money has been flooded into people's pockets. It's time for everyone to share the cost of the shutdown, not just landlords who are unable to evict tenants who are refusing to pay them. So if you'd like help putting together a letter to the governor and to your legislators, shoot me an email. I'll be glad to work with you on that. I can put that together for you. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about just very quickly, there has now been a challenge to the eviction moratorium laid out in the CARES Act. Down in Fort Worth, Texas, the owner of an apartment community has filed a lawsuit claiming that the CARES Act denies landlords access to the court system, denies them due process, and denies equal protection as required by the 14th Amendment. So it is really going to be interesting to see how that plays out because it could have impact here in Kentucky. The courts in Texas are already open for regular non-payment of rent evictions. So what they're suing for is to open it up to all properties, even those covered by the CARES Act. So keep an eye on that. I'll keep you updated as that lawsuit progresses. That really is it for today. I wanted to keep it short and sweet. So the takeaway message, reach out to the governor, reach out to your state legislators. Beyond that, I've got one piece of homework for you. Have a fantastic Independence Day. God bless America. Reach out to me if I can help you. smarshall@tripleslaw.com. Have a great weekend.